I've been living in Berlin for 3 years now, but I've never really stopped to think, how much do I actually spend in a single day? Well, today is the day that I'm going to take you through a super normal, everyday routine to show you just how much the average person spends in 24 hours here in Berlin. Of course, everyone has their own unique lifestyle, but hey, the basics are the basics. So let's dive in and find out. So before we get fully into it, I think it's important to note that the current median income for Berliners in their early 30s in 2024 is approximately from 2,800 to 3,200 euro per month, and that's before tax. So after tax, let's say we are calculating in the category 1 tax bracket, which would mean that you're single, you don't have kids, and you don't pay religious church tax. Then after tax, you would be receiving approximately anywhere between 1,900 to 2,200 euro. Is that a lot of money or is that not a lot of money? That will depend on a lot of different factors and individuals and their preferences and their lifestyles. I hope that by the end of the video, we'll have a little bit of a clearer understanding if that is a lot of money or not. Here's the moment where I reveal how much rent I pay, and I'll be honest, I actually feel kind of physically sick thinking about it. I mean, if you've been around long enough, you'll know that rent in Berlin has become outrageously expensive, and for our cozy 60 square meter modern new build apartment, we pay 1.9K per month. Yep, I know it is way too much, hence why we're actually looking to eventually move out of here. But either way, when we split this into two, as I do live here with my boyfriend, and then we have to divide it into, let's say, 31 days, that is 31 euros per day. Not sure how I feel about that when I say it out loud like that. So moving on to breakfast, which is the most important meal of the day. I never miss breakfast and I tend to have it at home most days. And something that I would typically have is oatmeal because it's quick, easy, and it's very cheap. In order to be able to give you the best estimation of how much I'm gonna spend on my home cooked meals, I'm basically just going to weigh how much of the ingredients I use and then calculate how much that costs me. So at the moment, making some quick oatmeal is my current breakfast choice as it's pretty cold out and this is a nice morning treat. I tend to use the cheapest oats that I find. I usually just use water to make my oats. Then I add some protein powder, some berries. My favorites are raspberries, some crushed walnuts, chia seeds and cinnamon, which I'm not counting because, I mean, come on. And finally, peanut butter. So all in all, when I'm having this specific breakfast, I probably spend about €1.38. And I have to say that's a very interesting fact and I would never have known it if I wasn't making this video. So I'm currently on my way to work and as you can see, I do use the public transport pretty much daily. Now the thing about Germany is that you technically don't need to swipe or scan a ticket to get onto the train. So technically you could ride black. Now I don't recommend it because if you do get caught, which does happen, it is a nasty €60 fine, which is not fun at all. So definitely buy your tickets. I currently have the Deutschland ticket, which basically means you can ride anywhere around Germany for only 49 euros a month. I believe this will increase next year, so in 2025. I think with 10 euros, so around 59 euro. Either way, at the moment it is 49 euros, which makes it €1.60 per day for all my travels, which really is not bad at all, actually. All right, so I'm currently on my lunch break and today I'm not super hungry, so I've decided to just go to the bakery, which is something we do quite a bit. Another thing that we would do is sometimes just go to the supermarket and get like a ready-made meal and just heat it up. Or if we're feeling a little bougie that day, we will go out and have like a team lunch. And you can get a pretty affordable dish for like 10 euro, like a nice Vietnamese udon or something. So it just depends on the day. But today I got myself a little bakery treat and that cost me €5.30. Shh, we're filming here. I want to introduce you to Max. He's my colleague.
Hello.
Video editor, videographer, and all that lot.
All that.
He does everything.
No.
He does. So what are you eating today?
I'm eating microwave chemistry chicken masala.
Exactly, that's the other thing I was telling you. Sometimes we go for the chemistry microwave meals.
Yes.
Gotta love those.
Amazing.
It's so wild that it is literally like 6:30 p.m. and it's pitch dark outside. It gets dark at, I would say, 4 p.m. nowadays. It's kind of sad. Anyway, I am about to go do a workout. I have been using Urban Sports since the beginning of this year, and it's been actually a game changer for me because the thing about Urban Sports is, first of all, they have classes all over the city. So wherever you are, you can definitely find something to do. And another thing about it is that if you book a class and then you suddenly decide that you want to cancel it a few hours before the class, you have to actually pay money. So you have to pay, I think it's €5. Or if you just don't show up at all and forget to cancel it, you have to pay €15. Me being me, I don't really like to pay fines, so I make sure that I show up, and it's such a good way of getting me to actually go and work out. Sometimes I just need that extra push. I know it sounds kind of messed up that I need that kind of push to get me to actually work out, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes you just want to cancel. Sometimes you don't want to go. You're cold, you're hungry, you're tired, but this really pushes you to go. So Urban Sports has been a massive game changer for me this year, and I really highly recommend it, especially to any of you who aren't feeling super motivated to work out. This could just help you and give you that extra push. I have the M membership, and that one is €59 per month, which means that per day I pay €1.90 for my gym, workout, all of that. Now, on a typical and very regular day in my life, I will most likely cook. This ensures that I eat healthier as I have more control over my ingredients, and of course it also saves me money. This evening I decided to go for some baked potatoes, which I just cut into round pieces and popped them into my air fryer for 20 minutes. Kind of obsessed with my air fryer at the moment, I have to say. And then I also added some tofu, and after that I also mixed it up with some veggies. I love using red pepper, zucchini, and adding some onion as well. And I topped it all up with some vegan sour cream. Absolutely delicious. So a quick calculation based on the amount that I ate means that one dinner portion cost me approximately €2.35. Right, so we have pretty much come to the end of the day. And for dessert, I'm having a Lebkuchen. Cause 'tis the season, baby, and a cozy winter tea. So obviously I also have side costs for personal things like platforms that I use where I have monthly subscriptions, but that's all very subjective. So I have decided to just base this off of basic daily necessities such as, rent, travel, and food. However, make sure to stick around if, oh dear. well, make sure to stick around if you want to see a more like tourist-based version where I eat out for every single meal and do a bunch of fun activities and just generally spend the day fully out in Berlin. In this video here, I really wanted to focus on a very, very ordinary day to show you a very realistic representation of how much one would typically spend in one day without, you know, over-exaggerating it. So what do you think? Is it a lot? Is it a little? Or is it pretty much what you expected? Make sure to let me know by leaving a comment below, and as I said, stay tuned for another version of this video by subscribing and not missing out. And with that, I will see you in the next video, and until then, take care and happy holidays. Honestly, this is what Germany is all about.